know there's something in the wake of your smile. I get emotional.
Welcome back once again to Spirituality with a Spin. My name is Ryan Keys and I am your host. Today, what are we going to talk about? Well, we could talk about that spiritual spanking that I gave in the last podcast. Sometimes I get a stream of consciousness and I have to let it flow. I just have to let it go and I cannot stop it. I actually even spent 4.5 hours recording a regular video like this and I deleted all of it just to do that podcast. I sat down, I did not stop, I did not breathe because I felt this overwhelming fire take hold of me and I had to let that fire out and it was just boom, boom, boom. And I had to let it go. I encourage you to find a sound. Find a sound. If you don't have a sound, you get a sound. Get a sound. Growl. Get a sound. It is important to know who you are, to experience this part of you. You have to wake up and be ready to see the world through these eyes and then to open this eye. If you believe you are a being that has encountered another being and you've been able to see this twin flame experience or this soulmate experience, then you're on the same page because it takes beings of awareness to understand that you are divinely in-tuned and created. Divinely created. You didn't come out of the mud. You weren't some little tiny single cell that flew in from an asteroid and crashed landed here. There's no coincidence. And there's no mistake. Everything that has happened in your life has been contracted, has been given to you. Through the course of the contracts, you do have a freedom of experience and a freedom of will when you create the contracts. All those synchronizations that you're getting, those numbers, those numerical things, 333, 143, 1111, the deja vu, all of those things are signs of an ascension. They are signs of you are walking in the path you're supposed to. Let those be points of giving thanks for your path. Giving thanks for acknowledging that I am where I'm supposed to be. I am that I am. You are the I am. We are all here as beings of a higher existence, living in a body, experiencing things on a three-dimensional plane. Remember that. We come from the out to the in, and we experience it with these, tactically, with all the senses available. So enjoy this life. Enjoy everything that this life has to give you. Now, when we are in the course of experiencing this awakening, becoming conscious, when we are experiencing mindfulness and trying to remain being in the present, I do want to encourage you as well, because there is the phrase, history always repeats itself. In order not to repeat itself, in order to break past patterns, we have to be able to be in the present, to be in the now, but to also be able to incorporate the past as we go in a congruency. Because truly, right now is already happened, right? So you are watching what I have already produced in the past and you're learning from it. Does that make sense? So this is something that was done before you saw it, but yet you're seeing it and you're learning it currently. That's the place, that is the present focus. That is about being mindful. A place of mindfulness is a place to operate where everything comes into tune, everything is in a synchronization. You are not focused on the future. You are not focused on the past. You are mindfully aware of right now, this moment. Sounds, senses, being in a body, understanding that you are what you eat, you are what you see, you are what you do, you are what you hear, you are what you say. Understanding those 5 pivotal roles of being present. But just like you're learning from me, from a past event coming forward to teach you, so can you learn from the past. Learning from the past, understanding why you're here, what patterns have repeated themselves to bring you to this present moment, will either aid you in not repeating a future or to beating a future. That is the place to be. Mindful, in the moment. Not forgetting the past, not worrying about the future. letting the future unfold as we roll up the past to be here presently, right? Does that make sense? I'm hoping that it makes sense. Now, a couple key questions that I would like to ask about being conscious. One, it's a statement. Life happens to you. So as you're sitting here, life is happening all around us. We've made conscious contracts with many things, many people, and all things around us in our group, in our soul group. But life is happening. If you're not present and if you are not involved, if you're not partaking in the moments that are transpiring, life is happening to you. Okay? Life is happening by you. Life is happening by you. So everything that you decide, everything that you do, everything that you don't do, every decision you don't make is happening by you. So if you look at something and you want to do something different in your life, if you have a goal that is exciting for you, if you've found a place to plant your purpose in the present moment to bring all your past experiences to the fruition so that they flower at this moment, life is happening by you. So live true to you, like Miguel Ruiz says, be impeccable to your word, do not lie to yourself. Do not use living in the present, in the moment, and the mindfulness to shirk responsibilities of the past, right? If you've made agreements, if you've made things that are standing still in the moment, that are still, like if I buy a car and I've owned it for 3 years and I made an agreement for 5 years, being mindful and being in the moment doesn't mean, that car, I'm in the moment, I don't have to pay for it. I made that agreement 3 years ago. No. It means that anything that you've done in the past that is tied to the present still needs to be addressed. So don't get lost in the esoteric, ethereal understanding of la. I had to do that. Okay, so because I don't have like a button to press to have the hierarchy of angels start singing. Life happens in you. Your cells are alive. Your body is alive. You're breathing. This being is beating and full of life, full of blood flow, full of energy. It's kinetic. Yes. So life is happening in you. Recognize and be truthful to that life happening in everyone, as Jesus said. See God in all things. Life is happening in you. Life happens for you. You're given this gracious cup of life to take a sip of. Drink it. Taste it. Savor it. Life happens for you. You made an agreement, like in the video that I put up about the little soul, the Conversations of God with Neil Donald Walsh. Life is happening for you. All these contracts, all these agreements they've been put in place so that everything that you're experiencing right now was given to you because of a request, because you wanted to be your best. You wanted to go through these things. So see that life is happening for you, by you, to you, and inside of you. It's very important. And then life happens through you. You are, let's look at it like this. Let's take, what's the easiest way? Let's take a flashlight. Kinetic energy, the two batteries, are full of stored energy, stored power. We have a conduit and a connector. And this conduit and this connector hook to a light. You are like the light bulb. The source is like the energy that funnels to the light bulb and shines brightly. Life is happening through you. So wherever I direct that flashlight, I'm dispersing the darkness. I'm able to use the flashlight to conduct business in even the darkest of situations. Life is happening through you. Learn to be a light. Learn to be a lifeline. Learn to give the life that is inside of you to help other people. Learn to be a conduit. Learn to take the stored energy of source, understanding and love, and guide it. Let these two hands that you have learn to make things instead of break things. Let them learn to give life, to uphold life, and to hold on tightly. And then finally, one of the things I wanted to say is, life is you. I just got chills. Life is you. You are life. And life is love. You were created out of life. You were created out of light. You were created out of love. I just saw a thing about people with blue eyes. Did you know that blue eyes actually they're not even like the presence of color? That's why people with blue eyes, their eyes change. Literally, it's the light reflecting off of the type of eye that they have. It's like it oscillates the color because it's dispersing that light spectrum. We, in essence, are dispersing a light spectrum. Like this green shirt, is it really green? No, it's just reflecting a green hue out of a light spectrum. We are all part of a light spectrum. We are all part of this source and this love. Start seeing the source inside of you, because life is you. The source is God, is everything, is the all. You're not separate. You are not separate, right? Like my referral to the cup and to the river of life. You are a vessel. You are a cup. You have dipped yourself into this river of life, and now you have the river of life inside of this cup. Separate from the river, yes, but still the river. If you go to that river again, you pour it back in, it is a completely different river, but yet still the same river, because it flows continually. Never the same. Always going forward. Universal flow. This is the beginning. We're tilling the soil. We're turning it over and turning all the hard things underneath and bringing them back up. Then we're adding in all the fertilizer to make the ground rich, because what we're going to grow is going to be so wonderful and bountiful. All of us. This is a year of growth for planting the seeds that will go forward for the next 9 years. Life is you. Peace, light, and love. I will see you all on the other side.